We eating good today. We ate good in the last 24 hours. We had ballerina, and now we got Predator Killer.
Dan Trachtenberg, please come up to the front of the podium, sir. I'm using Charlemagne's quote. Please step to the front of the court.
The congregation.
The congregation.
Let's go, Dan.
Come on.
Let me give you your flowers today.
Sir, I see what you're doing. I do understand what you're doing, and I appreciate what you're doing, sir.
Real, that's real.
I definitely love what you're doing so far, and trust me, everyone is pretty much happy what you're doing because you are bringing Predator to life.
You're bringing Predator what it should be.
You are definitely bringing a different sort of Predator, and it makes me happy for the franchise itself. You know what I mean? I would love for you to expand on this. Expand on this. All right? Because I see what you're doing, I see where you're going, and I definitely want to shake your hands real quick. Shake your hands and be like, yo, you're doing a great job, sir. Doing a very great job.
So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, man. Predator, fighter of fighters.
Killer of killers.
Killer of killers. Fighter of fighters. Damn it.
Because our enemy still lives.
Don't
Story.
do that. Don't do that. Don't start no more be nothing. Like, what's good? Anyway, I really appreciated that you had such a building of stories.
Yeah.
Each of the parts of the anthology had its own tradition, like its own tale, right? That was away from the Predator. Then, of course, the Predator comes in at some point and they have to fight the Predator. They win, and then now it's like, all right, it's literally killer of killers that they either have to face off. The winner takes on the big dog.
Yeah.
And it was boss. It did so well building on itself without sacrificing each of its individual stories as an anthology, and then even sacrificing each of its individual stories within the individual story, if that all makes sense. Yeah, like, it built very well upon itself. Yeah. And I really, really like that. The fact that my favorite one actually was the dog fight. Because I felt like that, like, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Right? No. The dog.
Shield?
The bullet. The dog fight in the air. That's what they call planes fighting each other. Gotcha. A dog fight. I do not think I've seen that in the Predator series. You've always seen ground combat. You've never seen that. And the fact that they took it not even from a time period where you have really good weaponry in planes, but you have it at the infancy pretty much of aerospace, of like, they barely got shit on their planes. And he was able to outmaneuver that big ass Predator ship, and I was here for it.
Listen, I you know what, when the trailer came out, I was like, oh, it's probably another Arcane type of thing, because the animation was similar to Arcane that is on Netflix. It's similar. I didn't say it's the same. It's similar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'll test it out. I'll see what it is all about. And when I first saw, when the movie started, and you know, we started with S.H.I.E.L.D., and I saw the story of Ursa, played by Lindsay Lavenchi.
I want that shield.
The way how she entered that freaking place, the courtyard or whatever.
What?
And she had shields, bruh. And she was going in, and she was like, "Yo, I'm a knock on that door, and I'm a go in and introduce myself and let everyone know that, yo, I'm coming here to see your king,
to take your king, to kill your king."
She was. All you could see was head and limbs flying, bro.
Fearless wasn't even
all I'm seeing was limbs. Listen, the three and away from that, the three stories that they used in this with three individuals. Everyone was in a different zone within themselves because
like a time period.
One was for revenge, one was for honor, and another one was to be in a space that, listen, I'm
gonna own this space.
Yeah, I want to be a pilot. I am tired to be a pilot, not to be a mechanic. And each of them have their own stories, and it was short, sweet, to the point. And actually, at the end of the day, you see why these characters fit their bill.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So the story itself was captivating at first, but the action behind it, yo.
This is actually the second time to me that Disney or Hulu has dropped the ball, because I really do believe that Prey should have been theatrical and this should have been theatrical.
Exactly.
This would have made money. This would have made money. It's short, sweet, to the point. Yeah, it's about an hour and a half long, but people would go to see this. And I think people will go to see this actually in IMAX. This was really a good movie.
This was a good movie to literally spend your money and go watch.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on this. They really should have put this out. But
and it bothers me that freaking Disney owns Hulu, and they're dropping these types of movies, and the movies that they're dropping for Marvel, some of them are garbage. And the movie with the Prey, and this one, these were good written movies. You get what I'm saying? So what's going on, Disney?
Yeah, I think that they were scared. They were scared that Prey had not only a female protagonist, but then also a Native American protagonist, and then also this was back in the day. This was not gun, run, and shoot 'em. You know what I'm saying? This was like about strategy, and this was about really hunting. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Whereas this one is gonna be animated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we probably won't get it's because it's a rated R animation at that. There's no way in hell this is going to be I mean, we know it's rated R, but there's no way in hell this could be a PG-13 in the theater. So I think it's because it's a rated R animated. Yeah. They're like, oh, people are not going to go see this. You give us a good film, we're going to see it. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? So like, I really do believe that this should have been wide release. But to your point, first of all, it's so interesting because I actually thought that the Asian one was actually a little bit more about revenge, but I get it. It is about honor. That's the underlying.
Because they're both brothers, basically. So,
right, you know. and he was like, I just wanted to get the slash. That's it. Yeah, I was ready to go. Yeah. So, yeah, I really, 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 really enjoyed the stories behind it. I think that the stories really conveyed, again, human emotion. Yeah. About the things that were happening to these characters in such a short time period. Yeah. You had a lot of development happen really, really quickly. And you were able to really feel what these characters were going through. And the second one, you didn't even have any talking?
Second one, nah.
You almost had no dialogue. Nah. It was like maybe at the very, very beginning, at the very, very end. Maybe like, 5 sentences. You still had about a 20-minute period.
But
you weren't bored. Yeah. You understood what was going on. So for the story, for me,
10 out of 10. Listen, one thing that get me with this story, with the story itself, it gave me an idea who Predator were, or who the race of Predator. I don't know what their race is, but their entire existence is basically warriors. They were like barbarians. They were like killers. They were like, and their thing is just to find the top of the top fighters, just to battle them and see. Listen, I'm better than you, or I'm better than you in this type of combat. You know, whatever the case is.
This should have been what Predators was.
But you know what?
You know what I'm saying? And I actually like Predators.
Listen, but you know what?
But the concept, especially on how it ended,
it gives you an idea who they were.
Yeah, you know, but this is what Predators should have been.
And the funniest thing, because in past Predator movies, they give you this one Predator, you know, out of nowhere, and they just start killing people without an idea why is he killing people. I think I forgot which one of those past movies they actually give you an idea that these beings, they are actually warriors. They are actually fighters. You can
get that in Alien vs Predator.
Yeah.
You can get a little bit of their culture in Alien vs Predator. You can get a little bit of their culture in Predators. You know what I'm saying? I think the other ones per se was just more about the hunting of people.
Yeah.
But as far as like maybe the background of who they were as a civilization, I think those two give you a little bit to chomp on.
Yeah. But overall, this is what the story gives me an idea of everything that is surrounded in Predator. And also, this is a universal thing. This is universal. This intertwined Prey, the Prey movie, along with the upcoming movie Badlands that's coming out. Everything is in the same universe.
Yes.
You know, which is wonderful.
I
love this, bro.
Yeah, at the very least, you know that Prey is in the same.
Yeah, everything is.
By the way, it ends.
And the same dude is doing it. Dan Trachtenberg, he's doing all of them. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me, bro. Yeah, 10 out of 10. The story itself, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There's something else up in the sky, and it's not human. I pray you. So,
Predator's Killer of Killers, it's animated. It's fully animated. So you won't see like real to life acting going on, but the voice acting definitely was a banger. It was good. How everything mellowed off into the entire movie was pretty good. The voice acting, especially for Lindsay Levanchi, she played Ursa. Of course, you have Louis Ozwa. That guy played Kenji. That's the Japanese version, Kenji, and Kyosho. And also Rick Gonzalez, he's Torres. That's the last one, Bullet story. Those guys, their voice acting was really good. So yeah,
I agree with that, and I'm gonna say that even though I am not a fan of that type of animation, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not the one that I would gravitate to the most. Doesn't mean it wasn't done well. And with that being said, the animation sold their voice acting. It linked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you again felt what those actors were saying and what was happening to those characters through the good execution, of the animation.
Yeah.
So I think between those two,
it was good. 10.
I really love this movie.
Yeah.
I really did not find too many faults with this movie. I think that was the only fault that I found. That like the animation style just wasn't my cup of tea, but that doesn't mean it wasn't done good.
We're going to get into animation. Don't worry about that.
Go ahead.
So yeah, acting is 10 out of 10, both.
Killing the monster.
All right, so if you are a gorehound, sit back, watch, and have a good time, okay? Because again, we are talking about Predators, and therefore you already know that Predators is gonna bring the smoke. With that being said, like I really love this movie.
Yeah.
I really, really, really love this movie. I want more of it.
Yeah.
Like the kills were awesome. Ursula, who had the shield, First of all, we should have had a drinking game. Every time this guy, Bumba Clot, because of the way people were being killed, the way people's limbs was flying, like the way I was saying holy shit, like every time that he either said Bumba Clot or holy shit, we would be drunk now. We watched it about maybe 3 or 4 hours ago. Like it was just that kind of movie. You know what I'm saying? Limbs was falling everywhere, blood, guts. It was a great time to be alive. It was great to watch.
The action geeking of this movie was top fucking tier. Top tier. And you know what? I ventured into a couple of social media about this movie, and a lot of people had the same thing to say.
Yeah.
The story. All right, so I'm going to ask you, which one of these stories was the best one? Shield, sword, or bullet?
So that is so hard because I absolutely thought that all of them had different strengths, and I really didn't see a weakness among them.
No,
so I think
actually there was no weakness in them. No.
Right. So I think that it just comes down to, I guess, whatever film or mini story that I bonded with, and I'm gonna go say Bullet, because I felt like you didn't see an aerial battle from the
just
Predators
like
yet.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that because that was new and it was executed really well, that's the reason why that I felt that was the first one.
Yeah.
I really want to say Shield was actually my favorite, but I'm going to go against that and go Bullet. So I'm going to go Bullet, Shield with Ursula, and then the Japanese tale with Sword. But in all honesty, we're talking about like 10 to 9.9 to 9.8.
Yeah, straight up the board. For me, it's gonna be Shield for the first one because Ursa was fucking badass, bro. I would love for her to be in a live action movie with the Predators live action. I want to see her, and I believe we're gonna see her in live action.
She reminded me of a female Kratos.
Yo,
that's the vibes that I was getting from her. She like in her skill set, in the way that she fought, like she reminded me of a Kratos. And there was even one point where it was Kratos, like it was like a Kratos and his kid.
Yeah.
When she was on with her kid.
She did that, and the Shield was, to me, was freaking hardcore action. You get what I'm saying? Just the fact that she is on a path of revenge, and just the fact that she, even though her mindset was to get this revenge, this Predator to show up out of nowhere and decimated her
entire village, everybody,
and then, caused their son to die. And so she was like, "Yo, fuck it, I am gonna go full 100 on this shit." You know what I mean? And even when she fought him, it was akin to the last scene in Alien versus Predator, where you had old girl fight her, Sanaa Lathan. Her character fought the alien. In that scene, you actually got what you should have had in an Arctic ice scenario. Like this was what we should have gotten. And that's one of the reasons why I said also I'm okay with this being animation and not live action, because it was things like that. It would have been extremely difficult to pull off in live action. For action scenes, I have to definitely give it a 10 out of 10. Period.
I agree.
No fucked up with that. No, if not, no ands, no buts.
Yep, I agree.
Straight 10. Straight 10.
There's only one way to kill it. We must.
This movie is by far one of the best movies to come out this year so far, because we have a lot more to go. But overall, as an animated movie, to me, I didn't like it. Why is because the action scenes were the fighting and everything was choppy. It never had a smooth flow. like Arcane. You know, when you watch Arcane, the fighting scenes were like linear. It just nice, smooth transitions after transition. With this, it's just choppy. So I'm not sure if you know this, but sometimes you will see like for instance, Ursa, when she entered the city with her shields and she was chopping off heads. It seemed like the heads were like, you know, like grungy. You know, it was, you know, and it just looked weird. You know, I didn't like it, but I can appreciate it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But so for me, the visual effects was great, not great. It was good, not great. So for me, I definitely give the visual effects an 8 out of 10. What say you?
I'm gonna still give it a 9 out of 10 because, and I'm trying to actually be like, should I give it a 9? Should I get it a downgrade because I am not a fan of that animation? But basically, I felt like the animation was done well. Like, I'll be honest with you, I have to now rewatch it again in a sense because I didn't see what you saw.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. I didn't, and whatever like stilted that I might have seen, I didn't take it as a part of the animation style being the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right? I just saw it as that's the way they wanted to convey the action.
Okay, probably.
So that's why I'm struggling.
Got you.
Let's just call the difference and say 9.5. Because like I said, I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Is it my favorite animation style? No, but it was done well to me.
Okay.
So I'm alright with it.
Okay, and it's because I'm in that field, not really animation, but you know.
You're right.
Graphic.
That's you.
I look at these animation because this animation it didn't give a 60 FPS feel to me. It gave like a 20 FPS to me.
Okay.
But overall, I'm not saying that the animation is bad or whatever. It's not. It's good. But for me, I think the transitions of the fighting scenes and everything could have been a little bit more smoother for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I definitely give it an 8 out of 10. You give it a 9.5. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. So overall, this movie, y'all, this Predators, Fighter of Fighters is a wonderful wonderful Sunday present.
Killers are killers.
Killers of killers. Fighter of fighters. I don't know why I keep saying that.
I don't know either.
Fuck. But yeah, man, it's really a good movie. Wonderfully done. Dan Trachtenberg, I see what you're doing. I see that you're gathering everything up in a universe, and yo, it's working, bro. It is working. Overall, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. Just of being original, just of actually starting something that's never been thought of before, especially in the Predators franchise. This is the right way to go. I'm looking for another chapter or another movie. I'm looking out for Badlands. And I'm looking for Killer of Killers again, part 2 or something like that. So yeah, that's it. 10 out of 10 for me.
I didn't even know that he was that he directed some of the pilot episodes of The Boys.
Yeah.
So Dan,
yeah,
come to the front of the congregation, my guy.
Come again, bro.
You doing it?
Come up again.
You doing it?
Yep.
I'm also gonna say 10 out of 10 for
10
sure.
out of 10.
This is a must see. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, guys. If you have watched this movie, let us know in the comment section. Tell us what you think about it. What do you think about the list of movies, yo? I want to know the list of movies that this dude is pulling out. What's your thought about them? You know what I mean?
It is halfway through the year. We need to actually do it like a top 10.
Not yet. Well, hopefully we can do something like in December here.
No, like halfway.
Like halfway?
Yes.
Okay.
Within the last month, we've seen 5 bangers, bro. I would love to see how you're gonna stack it up.
Let's wait next month
and do January to June.
Yeah.
Sold.
All right. So of course, guys, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, do everything. Of course, you can, guarantee that we are always talking geek. All right. Of course, you can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch.
I am Lene.
And I'm Jay.
We will see you in the next video. Peace to the gods.